Hey guys, so I wanted to do a video real quick and show you guys a couple different things you might want to try in your logos. Um, in addition to watching the Project 1 video that's posted and the follow-up to the milestone that I posted the other day too, I just wanted to cover a couple things. So first is having text follow on a circle. The easiest way to do this that I found is first you create one circle. I'm going to hit copy, Control C, and then I'm going to do Control Shift V. So I'll have a second copy of it right here on top. I'll select one, and I'm just going to, with the direct selection tool, I'm going to delete that bottom anchor. And then I'm going to come up here and see how it's changed right there. It's giving me a little slash. Um, the reason you have to delete that one spot is because if I come over here and try and do this, it's going to fill in. So you have to have an open line in order to do this. Once you've done that, hit escape, get out of the text tool, and then you want to drag these little handles. I usually just go full left and full right. That's your center, and then you can center it right there, and that gets you in the spot. Having a second one of these in the same spot helps too. I'm going to do Control Shift left bracket, send that text and the line to the back, and then I'm going to select this top anchor and delete it, and then I can place my text on the bottom as well. Now if you want this to flip to the other side, drag that over there, you want to grab this middle thing and you want to bring it in there. Now one thing I would recommend, if I do a Control V, you'll notice that when I do this, this is on top and this is on the top. So they're not intersecting the circle in the way that you would expect them to. So if you have a logo where, or like a seal that's like that, you can see how that looks wrong, right? So what you'll have to do is figure out how big you want that to be on the other side, and then you'll just have to come back and create another one that flips it. So in this case I would take my center one here, Control C, Control Shift V, delete the bottom part, and then I could put my opposing text that goes on the top of this. And you can see right here, I did that for a second and then remembered it doesn't work because it doesn't scale right, and then you have to move it and you end up kind of being a little bit inaccurate with it, so it just doesn't ever work right. Like you could do that and it's probably fine, but I've just found it's easier to just do another one and replace it. When you do this too, especially if you're scaling it, watch your font size. See how that one shrunk. So this is 7.9 point, that's 7 or 9.7 point, and that's 12. So these are very different font sizes, so make sure you come back and normalize your fonts to a specific size if you do this. The next thing again involves circles. Well, actually a lot of these are going to involve circles, and it's how do I get dots in a circle evenly spaced. So let's say you've got some sort of shape here, and then, oops, Control C, Control Shift V, and then we've got like a fill area here, and then the rest of your logo's in here. And I've had students be like, well, what if I want to have like a bunch of dots, because it's kind of a common thing you see in certain areas. So what I do is I put that line in the center there. We'll switch these so that we have that. And then where did this line go? Why can't I see it? Okay, bring it to the front. Alright, so if you go into the stroke settings, and then turn on dashed line, set your first dash to 0, and then I guess we'll do 9 for this. I messed around with this earlier, so that's why it's already set up, looks like for me. Now you can have, this is just going to do little thin lines, and I don't think those are going to be visible anywhere, but when you change the cap to a circle like that, you end up with a whole bunch of circles that you can have evenly spaced around, or somewhat evenly. There we go. You can adjust the gap between them by changing this number, which increases the quantity. You can also change the shape of them slightly, but this is just going to make them more kind of like pill-shaped. But that's how you can do that. Okay, so I'm looking through I just did logo design elements as a search, and first result has some of these little banner things right here. So let me show you guys how to do those. So what I would do is find a midpoint. So we'll just draw. Oops, let's get rid of this. So we'll call this the midpoint of the banner right here, and then, oops. So we're going to have it swoop up, be a round surface there, and then we'll have a separate shape down here. So let's go and we'll do, let's do that. And then we'll give it, and this is kind of just freehanding it. I could come back and do, actually let me do that and that. I could also, let's see. So I can do that. Another option is to just draw a single line. But you just want to make sure that that midpoint's pretty even right there, and then you can just crank up the stroke on this. And then object, path, offset, path. Oops. Oh, not offset, outline. Path, outline, stroke. We'll ungroup this. We will get rid of that extra line right there. And then this part right here, we'll just do 2 little plus marks. And we'll just drag this up. That'll give us a little bit of that rounder shape. And then we'll just use Shift-C to kind of round that part out. And then that gives us one side. Let me switch the color now so we can get kind of a contrast. Come on. There we go. And then we'll just go, let's see, what did it do? So kind of followed a swoop down this way. And then did that, that, and then something similar. And you don't even have to finish this one off, you can just let it sit behind. Once you have kind of that half, and you can mess around with that curve however you like. Again, we'll just take this, reflect it, and then if you feel like the middle part here is not quite right, you can just merge the, oops, that's not the Pathfinder. Where'd my Pathfinder go? Oh, it's all the way over here. Okay. So you can merge those two, and then that gives you points in the middle here that you can adjust if you want to just smooth this out so you get a nice blend right there. And group this. We'll put it right there with this other logo. We'll just make the tropiest logo we can think of. There we go. Let's change this to a different color. Yeah, I'd probably work on that a little bit, but I mean, you can see where I'm going with that. What are some other things that we have? Okay, so another one is going to be pattern brushes. Let me see. Yeah, so we've got like these little flower things in. Oh, it's going to bring me there. Is there a larger one I can show you guys? Yeah, so I'm looking at these, kind of like these little things right here. So let me go into that. So let's do ellipse. We will slightly adjust the sides there. We'll rotate this, transform, reflect, and then let me see if I get this right on the first try, because this has always been one I've been rough on. So we will, let's group it first. We want to create a symbol. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Let's try, there we go, brushes, not symbols. Okay, so we'll create a new symbol, pattern brush, and we'll have to flip it. Flip a little. This is why I always let's rotate it. I think I need to rotate it to get it to do what I want, because I think it tracks it left to right. Pattern brush, there we go. And then, now if you do, oops, and apply the pattern to it, you end up with that right there. So often you get like, are we doubling down on tropiest logo ever here? I think we are. Let me get this back down to 0. Okay, and then we will do Control C, Control Shift V, move this down inside. We'll rotate this 45 degrees like that. Oops. And then I'll select that and delete it. Select, oops. And then just that bottom segment as well. And then let's see if this plays nice with both directions. Okay. So brushes, move it to the top. Looks like it's reversed. And then we'll deal with that in a second. Or we'll just delete it rather. Let's see. We will change the size as it goes. We'll shrink it down. Actually, let's go like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're going for tropiest logo ever. For the sake of simplicity, I'm probably just going to delete this. Well, let's make sure it's in the right spot. So I'll select this one, Control Shift V. We will transform, reflect, and then I'll just use the snapping tools to snap it on place right there, so that I don't have to worry about it being in the right or wrong spot. And then I'm going to tap it one level back so I can select that one and delete it. There we go. Okay, so, well on our way to tropiest logo ever. Oh, did I accidentally? I made this all. What else do we have here? These are all just kind of repeating the same thing. You can do weirder symbols with that same process. A lot of these are just kind of the same symbol or a larger, more complex symbol. Let's see. Oh, let's do that little stamp looking texture right there. Oh, actually, let's do this one right here. And when we get in... Oh, no, don't... Oh, actually, is it going to show us? Okay. So this stamp looking one right here, but actually let's go to this one first, or these two, because I want to talk about layering your strokes. So let's do this one right here actually. Let's just straight up copy that. So how would I do that? We'll start with a square, rotate it 90, and we'll pull those edges in so you get that same effect right there. Now see how it has a dark stroke, a very thin light stroke, a thicker dark stroke, and then the white interior? So I told you guys, a couple of you guys, about offset path. So we'll do path, offset path. We'll keep this kind of small, so I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to do 2 pixels and kind of adjust from there. So I'm treating this interior one as the white space, and I'm just going to keep offsetting out from there. So we'll go out 1. I want to go, let's go 4 pixels. Get that thicker one. Hit OK. Object, path, offset path. This one will be, this was the thin white one. Actually, let's stop right here because we actually need to do this little border thing around it. So, oops, we'll do that. And then we'll come back, we'll throw a point on each end, let the reference tell us where to go. And then we'll just 2, 3, 4, 5 taps on the arrow key to bring those in. And so that'll give us that interior one right there. So now we can merge these two. And then we have one more. So I'll do object, path, offset path. We'll do 1 pixel on this one, because that one was kind of pretty thin. And then we'll do one more object, path, offset path, and we'll do 2 pixels for that. And then, actually, let's not do that. Yeah, no, we want to do that. Okay. So let's swap these settings around. That'll be there. That'll be there. This is the white area, so we just want to get rid of the border. And then this one, yeah, this is the one I probably should have tried to rely a bit more on. It would have been easier if I just did the stroke and outlined the stroke on this one, but we're going to do it the hard way. So I'll just use the direct selection tool, grab those 4 points, and then we'll just drag this in. You can see we can do all 4 corners at the same time, so we'll just get something that looks right. And then they have just their little bars here. Here's the front. And then, of course, you've got your star tool. I'm not going to be super exact with this. But I'll just we'll line it up on the side right there. And then what they have, one slightly larger one? Yeah. And then upside down, too. Something got wild. Okay. They're all upside down. Look at that. And then they're right side up, so they probably just were smart and drew the bottom ones first. What I'll do is click the wrong thing and deselect all of them. And then I'll transform, reflect, and this will be an option where we flip. Oh. I did it. Control C, Control Shift V. Why did it move all of them? Control C, Control Shift V. Okay, I guess I'll just reselect them manually. That was weird. And then we will transform, reflect. Should work. Horizontal. There we go. And then just try and place this as best we can right there. This helps if you had. How did they do theirs? Did they reference? No. Sometimes it just helps too to draw like a box you could use as a reference. So that'll let me space these evenly apart. And then once I'm done, I can just get rid of that box. So let the snapping tools do all the hard work for you. These ones, I wanted to show you. Okay. No, my brain's somewhere else. Actually, let me show you guys this one real quick too. So there's the transition tool. And it's one of those ones that doesn't have a ton of uses. But sometimes you can find a use for it and it's really fun. So let me do that and that. So we'll have 2 weird colors over here. 2 weird colors there. Alright, object, blend, make. And then if you go to the blend options, specified steps, let's do 20. And you can do stuff like that. It's not super useful, but when you do have use for it, man, it's like magical. It's like, oh my god, it finally came in handy. You can get rid of the border like that. So you can do stuff like this. Maybe you only wanted, maybe you're doing some kind of sunrise to sunset thing. So let's ditch that. We'll go for a brighter color there. And then like something like that. You can also come in here and object, blend, options. So let's say you take this down to 5. And then once you've done that, you can also come in and object, blend, expand, and that converts these into shapes that you can work with. So in case for some reason you wanted to come in here and mess with these or whatever once you've created them. Let's see, it was... so let's combine this with... Get off that tool. Of course. Drop all that. Okay, so... let's move that to the back too. Nope. Okay. So on this, for example, if you crank up the size, you can get this nice scalloped edge effect. Oops. Bump it up one more time. I'm trying to get the one in the back though. So if you want a scalloped edge, you can get that effect right there. Let's see, if you mess with the settings for the stroke here, bump up the size of the dash, reduce the gap, take the stroke down, and you can do some weird things with the edges here too. I think I did a gear like this once. You can mess with the profile. Well, you can do that setting with the profile. There's the arrowheads in here that you can do too, but those really kind of don't work for this. Arrowheads are more just putting an arrow on something. Once you have it, yeah. Okay, so this one right here, you have to hold down the, it's under the, what is it, the width tool originally, and you have a couple different ones here too. These are all kind of niche, but you can do different things with them. So there's the crystallize, you can do that. You can do it all kinds of stuff, and you get kind of a, you know, splat pow kind of thing. Wrinkle tool just does that. That's kind of fun for doing some stuff. And it does it fully geometric too. So like you have all your control points on here when you use it. It's great for kind of scrambling some stuff if you, in the like 3 times you'll have, oh, where'd it go? The 3 times you'll ever need to do that. Bloat tool, oh, that one's cranked up a bit high right now. So these all kind of just do their own thing. If you want to get wild and weird and psychedelic, there's... What did it do there? Jeez. Alright, because that's all, yeah. So you've got some of these. Again, I don't typically find myself using that because it's kind of random, and yeah. Okay, we're hitting 30 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up soon, but there's a couple others I wanted to show you. So we've done the polygon tool. Yeah, let me get... Well, obviously you can do polygons. Let me just draw this here. Turn off dash. Okay. So we've got this right here. And then, again, you can apply a rounding to it if you just select it. I select it with V, hit A. and then you can do a curve like that, and that'll get you one kind of rounding effect. But if you switch to the star tool, you can do another one where you curve it in and out like that. And I think we'll add this to the tropiest one up here. Make sure that butts is in the back. And then, oh, that's not off center, or that's not on center. Obviously, you'd probably want to do a couple more lines if you were going to do this. There we go. Yeah, we're getting super tropey on that one. Okay, I think that's it. I can't think of any... Oh, let's check the list. I mean, you guys know how to do these patterns. That should all be covered there. This is just that same pattern I did with the leaf. Oh, look at all these. Oh, that would be... Yeah, I could probably spend a day doing this. But, I mean, you guys can see, like, there's just a lot of stuff you can do with logos as far as circles that I just kind of wanted to cover in this. So, yeah, there you go. Hopefully that helps you guys if you have any questions. And good luck.